We leave the national park again and travel on to Ballindalach. En route, a side road takes you down to Cragganmore House, a Scottish baronial house built by whisky baron John Smith, founder of the nearby Cragganmore distillery. These days, Cragganmore House is run by resident chef Tony Alcott and his wife Helen, offering luxurious guest accommodation and gourmet dining. With 4 letting rooms alongside a fine drawing and dining room, Cragganmore offers congenial hospitality in a lovely country house. Ballindalach stands at the point where the rivers Arn and Spey join. The estate is famous for its Aberdeen Angus cattle, the oldest herd in the world, dating from 1860. Ballindalach Castle, a stunning 16th century castle known romantically as the Pearl of the North, is the home of the Macpherson Grants and one of the very few castles to be lived in continuously by its original family. The castle has fascinating interiors, and its delightful grounds include rock and rose gardens, relaxing river walks, a grass labyrinth, adventure playground and electric trains, along with a tea room and shop. The estate has a 9-hole golf course, as well as fishing for salmon and sea trout on the River Spey, and shooting and holiday accommodation. A few miles on is the village of Knockando, near the River Spey on one of the most delightful winding wooded stretches. Dominated by Ben Rinnes on the other side of the Spey, its small galleried church has 3 worn sculptured slabs dating from the 8th and 10th centuries. One with a rare runic inscription is similar to another discovered in Sweden. Knockando Wool Mill has been the heart of its community and continuously manufacturing traditional Scottish textiles since 1784. The Grade A listed buildings and machinery were restored in 2012, and the working wool mill now has a cafe, shop and visitor centre where you can learn about the process of converting fibre to fabric. The shop offers a unique range of tweeds, tartans and gifts, whilst the cafe specialises in local produce and delicious home bakes. The next settlement is Aberlour, its Sunday name Charlestown of Aberlour. It's a borough on the banks of the Spey, founded by Charles Grant of Wester Elches in 1812. However, it stands on the very ancient site of a kirk dedicated to St Drosten. Drosten's well survives, as do the ruins of this pre-Reformation kirk. Aberlour is perhaps most famous as the home of Walker's shortbread, but it is also known to many as the home of an orphanage, which was founded in 1875. It closed in the late 1960s, but the Aberlour Trust remains an active charitable organisation to this day. A little gem in Aberlour is the Still Life Studio and Gallery, well known for its diverse collection of high-quality Scottish art prints and originals, including landscapes, seascapes, whisky-themed pictures and local crafts. The mile-long tree-lined High Street has an attractive square and village green, and situated right in the centre of the village is the Aberlour Hotel. 19 well-appointed bedrooms make this an ideal place to stay whilst experiencing all the delights of the area. This family-run independent hotel is family and dog-friendly, offering a varied menu serving fresh, home-cooked food using the finest local produce, from the humble sandwich through to scallops, steaks and venison casserole. The well-stocked bars offer cask ales and a large variety of drams from speyside and further afield. We head for Craigellachie, a typically friendly village at the confluence of the rivers Spey and Fiddich, complemented by the famous Iron Bridge, built in 1815 by Thomas Telford. This Scots engineer built 1,200 bridges in his native country, and this is certainly one of the best known and most spectacular. The iron span was cast in Wales and transported here. The wooded island is known as Craigellachie Rock and marks the boundary of the lands of the Clan Grant, whose war cry, "Stand fast, Craigellachie," is famous in song and story. The place names here are as familiar to whisky drinkers as the vineyards and villages of the Rhine or Rhone Valley are to wine buffs. However, if you have time for only one distillery visit when in Speyside, the Macallan Distillery at Easter Elches would be a good choice. One of the most romantic of all the speyside distilleries, complete with its own castle dating from the 1700s. The whisky is named after a nearby church, and distilling started here in 1824. Regarded as the Rolls-Royce of single malts and the benchmark by which all the other malts are judged. A unique decanter of 64-year-old Macallan, created to mark the 150th anniversary of Lalique, sold at auction in New York in 2010 for more than $450,000, making it the most precious whisky in the world. The money raised went to charity and provided clean water for hundreds of thousands in the developing world. We return to Craigellachie and continue on to Dufftown. They say Rome was built on 7 hills, while Dufftown stands on 7 stills. The capital of malt distilling, it was laid out by James Duff, the 4th Earl of Fife, in 1817. Interestingly, due to the duty charged on the whisky, the town raises more capital per head than anywhere else in the UK. Amongst the mountains and the glens surrounding the Spey Valley can be found some of the finest ingredients. A Taste of Speyside, a restaurant on Balvenie Street, draws these together and offers them on a single menu. Acknowledged in a number of food guides, they offer a unique dining experience in a warm and friendly atmosphere.